Hey everybody, Reds fan 1979 back here with a special baseball card video. I wanted to show you guys some of the cards I intend to get graded through Dustin Bellinger's. He's sending in a group of things to be graded. We're supposed to send him cards by the 24th. So I have some here together I wanted to show you guys, and then I wanted to show you guys some I looked at, some candidates that I chose not to for specific reasons. So first one is this really nice 2018 Topps Update Joey Votto Chrome All-Star card. It's a red parallel numbered to 25. So it's pretty much the lowest parallel you can get other than the super. This is a really nice card. It's nicely centered. I've looked at the surface. The chrome cards are very difficult, but this one actually looks really good. Didn't find any major scratches or like pieces missing or whatever. So I think that would look nice slabbed, especially with the red background for the Reds team color. I think that'll be sweet. So that's my first one. Then my second one, I know I asked you guys about this. Several of you guys thought this would be a nice candidate. Again, this is the 2017, I believe. 2017 Leaf Best of Baseball Griffey Jr. Green parallel, 10 out of 10. I was asking about the centering. It's just slightly off, but not much. But I think overall it'll look nice. The surface I was looking at, and I didn't see anything major. I'm really hesitant to like even do this because I don't want to get thumbprints on the... But looks pretty darn good. The corners are pretty nice, crisp. It's like a sweet card. This is my only Griffey card in a Reds uniform. So looking forward to that. So I'm going to submit that one. Oops, let me get it in there right. And you know, a lot of you guys said I have a good chance of getting a 10. I've heard from a couple of you said, you know, count on a 9 and hope for a 10. So that's probably good advice. But I think this will be a sweet one. I think it has a good chance of getting a 10. It's a really cool card. Third, this Acuna Jr. First Bowman Chrome. This is a really nice card. It had a couple tiny spots on the surface, but I was able to wipe them off with a microfiber cloth. Pretty nice card. The centering looks decent. I'm not sure, again, with borders, it's a little harder to tell with the centering, but everything appears to be there. So we'll see. Pretty cool card. That would be sweet if that came back a 10. Those cards are still selling well. Then the last one, initially I was not going to submit this, but I was able to wipe off a little spot on the surface. Again, this is a pretty sweet card. At first I thought it was off center with the logo, but then like with his elbow and stuff, I think some of the others that I've seen are similar to this, so I think we're okay on that front. The surface is pretty good. I've looked at it. The back looks centered pretty decently. So again, this is a cool card. The base value of this is not worth very much, probably just $3 or $4, but I just love the way it looks with the bejeweled look. I love the blue background. It really stands out, and I think it would look nice in a slab. So whereas the other three of these are a little bit more valuable cards or like low numbered cards, this one would just be for looks for me because I like it. And some other candidates that I looked at, unfortunately, I really wanted to send this one in. It had a really nice surface, but unfortunately the centering, the W's cut off a little bit, and the 3 or 4 that I saw in a PSA 10, the W, you could see the whole thing. This piece of it wasn't cut off, so I think I'll probably get dinged a little bit for that. I'm a little upset about that because I really thought it would be cool. The base ones of these are selling for like 15 or 20 bucks, so I think the PSA 10s would be sweet. Everything else about it's really nice. It's got really nice corners. I think the back's decently centered, and the surface was really good. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but I think that's probably going to get a 9 with how that's cut off. So again, it depends on how picky they are. Couple others I was thinking about submitting, but unfortunately I'm not going to. This one was really nice too. This was a 2017 Mega Box Refractor of Vlad. You guys won't believe this. I don't know how many of you followed it, but I actually got this in an auction from Andrew Mazza about 5 months ago. Nobody wanted this at the time, and I ended up getting it for like 50 cents or $1. I couldn't believe it. Now they're selling for like $15 to $20 on eBay. So everything about this card I love. The centering's nice. The corners are nice and crisp. However, there's a tiny little scratch there. If you guys can see that where the light is right now, if I move it, you can see the scratch go up and down on the jersey. That is just enough that I think PSA is picky enough that that would make it a 9. Now, you know, a 9 wouldn't be horrible for this card. It'd still be pretty sweet, but I'd rather have a 10, and if knowing going in that I'm going to get a 9 just makes me not want to submit this. Still a nice card in raw format. Same thing here with this Nick Senzel. One of my new favorite players, and this one actually looked nice. I got this in a care package from JMVP, so thanks Jay. The front surface of this card looked really nice, and I think it was pretty nicely centered. The corners are really nice. The issue with this card is on the back there are some scratches, and I don't know if you can see, but right there it kind of goes from top to bottom. I asked a few people and they said yes, PSA definitely looks at the back of the card as well as the front of the card. So if that's true, then, you know, that one again might get a 9 as well, which wouldn't be horrible. But, you know, I'd rather, knowing going in, I'd rather, you know, if I'm going to pay the money for that, I'd rather have a better chance of getting a 10, which I think is, you know, reasonable. Most people would want to do that. So still a nice card in raw format. Love Nick Senzel. He had a nice 2-run triple last night in the Reds' 7-0 spanking of the Giants. So I was glad to see them have a nice solid road win. And Luis Castillo with his awesome pitching did a bang-up job. So a couple other cards I had considered. This card was really nice. This Joey Votto 2017 Bowman's Best is part of my rainbow. Everything looked great about it, but there was a tiny little scratch somewhere in here on the surface, so same deal. Of any of them, I'd be more apt to do this one. Even if it got a 9, like, it's still a low-numbered parallel, and it might be a pop of 1. I don't know if anybody else has gotten theirs graded. I'd have to look. Some others I had thought about. Let's see here. This Tatis Jr., I'd be more apt to do it if it was chrome. Didn't look too bad. Actually, the corners on that look pretty good, and I think the centering's decent. I don't know. I might decide to do that. I'm not sure. It's worth. I think the non-chrome version I've seen sell for like $3 to $5. Chrome ones for more. This Walker Buehler, nice. There was a little scratch there on the surface. So same thing again. These chrome cards are really difficult. This one, this is the other one I'm thinking of sending. Not absolutely certain, but this one looks pretty decent. I bought this raw for $11, which was a decent price, probably about 2 to 3 months ago. This is a pretty nice card. The corners here are pretty crisp. I don't see any rounding on the edges or anything. The centering is not horrible. I know they give more allowance to the centering on the back than the front. Again, hard to tell here, but I've seen a couple PSA 10s, and this looks pretty similar with the borders there. So I thought, why not maybe give it a shot? It's worth, you know, I've seen them sell now for, you know, like they're selling for about 15 to 18 raw. So why not give it a shot? So I'll probably do that along with these other 4, and you know, see what I can do, hope for the best. So Dustin, I'll be getting these to you, hopefully send them in the mail on Monday in a nice package. If you guys have any other comments about any of these other ones I looked at, please let me know. And hope you guys will all consider doing the contest. We still have almost 2 weeks. I've had responses from about 4 or 5 people, so look forward to that, and hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.